nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right.
I saw this here. All right, public hearing number 1.
Notice is hereby given that a public hearing of the village board of the village of Homer will be held on July 23rd, 2024 at 6 p.m. at Town Hall, 31 North Main Street, Homer, New York, regarding the dedication of a street commonly known as D Street, located off Route 11 in tax map number 66.42-02-01.100 by Arbor Brook Flats LLC to the village pursuant to New York State Village Law, Section 6-610 and 6-614.
Anybody wish to speak on this? Once, twice, thrice?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's see, my name is Lee Benson. I own the 281 property on one side, one corner of it, entering D Street.
okay.
I think over the years here, there's been maybe some negative comments on it. I haven't said anything regarding it. More or less kept my nose out of it. My concern is, if any of you have been up to look at the site, it is totally one mass of bamboo. I don't know if you people know what that stuff is. It grows as high as corn. There is no way to kill it. Roundup doesn't kill it. The only way I actually heard you can inject the root with straight Roundup. That's what I've heard. It's extremely aggressive. In other words, the Weddles is used, I've owned the property, by the way. I don't know how many years, probably 20 years or so. The Weddles is used to plant corn on the property, and even then it would invade the corn with them spraying it. And I don't know how many years now that this has been pursued lately, but the bamboo has just taken over the whole property, and it's greatly invading my property, more or less what I would say due to lack of maintenance, to the point that has grown down the whole length of D Street nearly to 281. And with the development of the curbing in there and so forth, many stones, as far as it being finished off, I used to be able to mow right out to the driveway and so forth. Now it's stones and it's a mess. Let's see, I must admit, I don't know exactly where the boundaries are, but lately now, I just put my lawnmower on the highest thing and mow down it. And for example, like I did it 2 weeks ago, if you looked at it tonight, that bamboo is this high. In other words, it's growing into my shrubbery. We have forsythia on this side, like I say, just extremely aggressive. And I take a weed eater in there to kill it. That's my concern, is really maintenance and so forth. If nothing more, I even had the village bring up 2 loads of compost in there to try to level it off, which they very nicely did. I haven't got it all leveled off at this point. Let's see, but anyways, that's my concern.
Mr. Benson?
Yes.
If I may, my name is Pat Clune. It's Japanese knotweed, which
Yes.
is highly invasive.
Yeah.
And takes years to kill.
Yeah.
I can get with you afterwards. I've read up on some things that may help, but none of it is easy or
Yeah.
quick.
I'll take any suggestions, believe me.
And then the other thing I was saying with this development, that will help remediate
Yes.
this further aggressive
Yeah.
invasive.
Yeah,
A lot of that site will be torn up, and when that's done, that's gonna
yeah,
really take some of that root and take it out.
yeah,
We've had, Brightview, from Syracuse, a landscaping company come in. They've sprayed it twice now,
yeah,
and we're supposed to come back. Unfortunately, they missed the window,
mhm,
which is why we have to wait now for another period of time when
Mhm.
they hit it again.
yeah,
Then they hit it, then when it goes down, then we're gonna chop it right down again.
Yeah.
They're hoping that will do it, but they missed that window last month. So now I have to wait until the period of time they tell me, or won't, the stuff they're using won't be.
well, I just wish they would give me like a little portable sprayer or something, so I could just take care of it on my own property, you know? what I'm saying?
They're supposed to, and I'll show you here. They're supposed to come the entire length
Mhm,
and do the site.
yeah.
So they should do that as well.
See,
Okay,
Neva, I own this property here, and see, it's very much coming into my property
there.
here, and very aggressive right
I'll
now,
talk to
so-
them if you don't mind,
Yeah, please.
spraying that as well.
Yeah,
while you're there.
please, please,
And it killed it last year at first,
yeah,
but then it's
Oh,
so resilient,
it's
it comes
horrible.
back.
terrible, terrible.
So we took it down.
Yeah.
That was better.
Yeah.
It comes back. It just-
Yeah, and the problem with it is you kill the top, but it has a tuber. And that tuber
Yeah.
can sustain itself for up to 3 years.
Yeah,
So what you have to do is you have to kill it, and then it uses up energy, and you have to kill it again, and you have to keep using up that tuber energy till it actually dies.
That's what you're doing with your free time. So everybody's gotta have a hobby. Right. Anyone else?
I do have a question, are you planning on changing the name of the street?
Ooh,
When we dedicate the street to you, you are free to name that anything you so choose. And we're wide open to it.
Backlund Way.
We left that, and that's why we just left everything alone. People refer to it and they understand it, but we are not married at all to any of it.
but,
Wide open.
just a suggestion, the house that I own there is very, very much historic property. It's, the Hastings House, which goes back the full century. And it's debatable, whether or not it's the oldest house in Homer. And the pioneer that built it, last name was House. And Parksack had articles recently in the paper about House being a settler there, so, I don't know how much longer age-wise that I'm gonna be owning the property, but if it was named after Hastings or House or something, maybe do some homework there.
Good suggestions.
Yeah.
Anything else anyone else on this? No, we have a motion.
Well, do we need a motion to close it, the hearing, or a motion to accept the road?
Motion to close.
Make a motion to close the hearing.
All in favor?
Aye. And that's it. Dan? Do we accept the road now?
No, it's like the bands, will happen next meeting, so we have a resolution, three-step process. So I'll get with McKittrick, next week, and then you get all the language in and, you know, work with Fran to see what other deeds and whatnot that need to be, I think McKittrick may have it all, so.
We think you gave it to them
I
already.
think so.
See what it is and then if any.
Well, actually, I won't be here though, the 13th.
Okay,
I won't be here. I'll tell you more about that.
very good. All right. Moving on to the meeting proper.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right. Next, approval of the minutes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes of 7/9/2024.
I'll second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Next up, payment of the bills.
I make a motion that we authorize the payment of the bills from the A fund vouchers number 692 to 774 in the amount of $193,240.64. And from the F and G fund vouchers number 210 through 251 in the amount of $37,308.44.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. All right, privilege of the floor. From the comptroller's office.
Thank you, Mayor Hale. I wanted to stop in and introduce myself, give out some business cards. You get the first official one. But remember, see, those are the temps. Because it's not raised.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
So,
this isn't bone either.
yes. So, yes, my name's Tim Perfetti, and I work, for the office of the New York State Comptroller. And my title with him is the regional director of the Southern Tier. So the counties I have in my territory are Cattaraugus, Allegheny, Steuben, Chemung, Tioga, Schuyler, Broome County, Cortland County, Shenango, and Otsego. So some pretty big area to cover. For those, has everybody in here heard of the comptroller? Tom DiNapoli?
Handsome gentleman right here.
Yes. So Tom DiNapoli is one of 6 statewide elected officials. We have the governor, the lieutenant governor, the attorney general, 2 United States senators, and Tom DiNapoli is the comptroller. What's important about me telling you that he is one of the 6 statewide elected? He is answerable to no one other than the taxpayer. Okay, he does not answer to the governor, although there are times I found out the governor feels that our office should answer to him. It's not the case, our answer to her. He is the chief fiscal officer of New York State. There is not one penny of taxpayer dollar that is spent that our office does not approve it first before it goes out. Okay. Our primary function is to oversee waste, fraud, and abuse. So I'm sure many of you have heard about audits. Okay, I'm the employee from the comptroller's office that you should smile when I come through the door. Because that is not my role. That's LGSA, local government, school accountability. If they come through the door, audits aren't a bad thing. You may think they are, and I know a lot of municipalities that I've walked into in my other life, they think it's a bad thing. It's not. One, it can be a teaching experience. Okay, a lot of these small towns, somebody runs for clerk because $4,500 sounds like a nice little supplement to their income. Municipal accounting is not like balancing your checkbook. Okay, we're not looking to throw anyone in jail. We're looking to come in, if we audit your books, and just give you best practices, tell you where your mistakes are. This is how you correct them moving forward. If it ends up being a bad audit, that's on you. That's on you. That's not. Only because we drop weekly reports. And I don't know how much information you guys get out of other counties, but in Tioga County, 2 weeks ago, the state troopers arrested the mayor of the village of Candor. Everybody hear about that?
Yeah.
He took $23,000 from the general fund. He had a debit card to the general fund. What happened was they had an independent accounting firm doing their auditing. They saw some irregularities. They called us. We came in, we saw criminality, turned it over to the state troopers. Okay, that's on the mayor of the village of Candor. That's not on the comptroller's office. And at the end of the day, that was the resident of the village of Candor's money. In the follow-up, we're still asking the question, who thought it was a good idea to give an ATM card on the general account? Okay, it was their general fund. And he put 19,000 of it back. And we can't deny that we know some people in this world might go, well, they put the money back. Not the point. It's political corruption. Okay, so those are the things we look out for. We also do a budget policy analysis. You I'm gonna talk to about that because I'm told that he loves it when we come up with ideas.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm told that if you give them 10 ideas and you're batting the Mendoza line and you get them to actually undertake a budget policy analysis, you're doing okay. And what we try to do with those is find more efficient ways to make government work. All right. And then there's the one everyone loves, unclaimed funds. Have you guys heard of our Office of Unclaimed Funds? Okay, I've spoken to Chief Pittman. So we will be doing unclaimed funds at National Night Out. Is that what's called, National Night Out? And then, if I get my gear in time, we might be doing the Brockway show.
Yep.
Okay, that's a service. That's not political. That's your money, right? You come, you see you got some money. We'll see if we can get it back to you. Well, we can get it back to you. We'll just tell you the steps we have to go through to get the money back to you. All right. And it doesn't matter how much. My mother-in-law, she got $40 back and she was, oh, it was only $40. Not the point. The point is it's your $40. It's not the utility company's $40 because they didn't get your deposit back to you. It's not the bank's money because there was some account you forgot about and we didn't close it out. It's your money. And it's a service we offer. You paid for it already. It's in your tax dollars. Okay. I think I'm hitting all the high notes. Yeah, okay, theoretically, any contact you think you might want to or have with the comptroller's office, I should be the first one you call. Okay? You don't have to go through me. I'm just saying I can help streamline the process for you. Okay, because you could say, oh, forget that guy, I'm gonna call Albany directly. You wanna talk to a voice automated messaging machine, knock yourself out, okay? Chances are I probably have the cell number or the email address of the person in the division, and we have 20 divisions. So where your question may need to be directed, I can help you streamline that. We can get it in the hands of the people that need to have it. Okay, and then we can get the process rolling for you. So that's all I have. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, call me.
Are you local to the area?
Oh, yeah. Right. So it's, when I walked in, I live right over on 7 Water Street. This is the only meeting I've gone to. I haven't had to drive to. I am a resident of the Village of Homer. I love living here, love everything you guys are doing. You're doing a great job. And that was how Cortland actually got stuck in the southern tier. It didn't really seem to make sense to have your representative live in this county and not have it be with the rest of my region. Although Sherry will still be an asset. Sherry Dozier Owens, if any of you have ever met her or seen her around, she's done unclaimed funds before on the Village Green. She's still a resource to go to as well. Okay. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. I have other handouts if anybody cares. You know, they're unclaimed. And I'm gonna come to one of the Homer Town Board meetings too. You know, I'm not gonna forget you guys. And I'm finding out it's real kind of weird that I've got like the reddest of the red in terms of territory. And, you know, some of our downstate friends don't realize that we conduct our government business at nighttime. Okay. So.
Where do you get your card too?
But what?
Your business card?
Oh, yeah. Here, let's hand these all up. And that's all I have. Helen,
All right.
thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else?
That's what
Always
we're
looking forward.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mike.
So sorry. Looking at rebranding the town and the.
Yeah.
I like that.
So anyways, to give you guys an update on what's going on in the town, I'm still waiting for you guys to take some heat off me on the billboard, but. Anyway, thank you. So as you notice, we had the front repainted, that's all done. We had the doors re-laddered. We put bigger ladder on because a lot of our vendors cannot find 31 North Main Street. So therefore we did the double laddering. I mean, it looks pretty sharp, come out good. We did on our side, I had them put up a little billboard sign. Let's see how it worked. Our girls like it, our clerks like it. So if you guys want one, we'll get you guys one put on the other side.
All right.
You just have to tell us if you have a need for it or not, but it was just driving me crazy coming by after all this work in this building and seeing all these stickers on our doors. I said, that's gonna go away. So we did it. You may or may not have heard our bridge got turned down. So we're waiting for a debriefing from New York State, why, I think this is the 3rd or 4th time now we've been turned down.
to see why, and I mean, it doesn't surprise me when you got multiple bridges that have a lot more traffic, we're not, so I understand that part of it. At the same time, I told our town board last week, I wanna hear the debriefing, and then I'm gonna get our bridge committee back together, which Pat was part of it, and everybody else. We gotta start thinking outside the box, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna commit $2.5 million of town money to a little bridge, I can't do it.
I don't.
But I think there's other options that we can. So we're gonna have to start looking at other options. I wanna see what the debriefing says. Doesn't mean we don't reapply next year. It's gonna take us a year, but we need to start thinking outside the box, maybe come up with a different plan. So I want to start that up. We just sent in today to see if we can get a grant for our comprehensive plan, just like what you guys did with Toma. So we're hoping might be even a chance for the town and the village to do a little piggybacking. Because one in the same, talking with Toma, they kind of suggested that. Yours is a little different than ours, but at the same time, we had a lot of overlap.
Yeah.
So I think I mentioned it with that, so there may be some where we can work together a little bit on some of that. The other, we're gonna be looking at and entertaining doing a town reassessment. We're gonna be down close to probably 59% of our tax value at this go around. So we got Brian Fitz coming in next week, or I mean, our next board meeting to explain it all to us. And I think we're gonna be moving forward with having the town reassess the 100% value, because it's time, I think, because we're getting down there so far. And of course, that affects the village too. With that, we're also gonna be looking at the veterans and the seniors exemptions. The town was capped at 22,000. I've had some seniors call, and they're crying, they said 22,000, you understand what that is, it's combined income. If they make over 22,000, they don't get any kind of a tax break.
Right,
The state, I believe, it goes to 58,000. So we need to look at that. I'm not saying we go to 58. I don't know what the answer is right now. And also with the veterans. So we really need to take a hard look at that, because for a few pennies for the rest of us that are paying taxes, it could mean the difference from a senior staying in their house. So I'm very sensitive to that. And I know you guys are too. And the other thing that we learned with these past couple storms, hot pursuit to get a generator here. It's affected our elevator. We just entered a contract with Schindler to help maintain our elevators, but by losing our power twice now, when the power goes off, our elevator settles. So when that settles, it knocks all the switches out and you can't restart it. That's been our dilemma. And so they've actually got to have the elevator company come in, because they got to do jumpers in the box to get it to come off. If we have a generator, that eliminates that problem. But again, we haven't had really a good contract with a good company, so Schindler. And we'll give you guys a contact number for that too, so if we're not here, you guys can call them, but that's the future, so that's all the updates I have.
Mike, can you get the cost for the elevator to Dan? Because can we use that to
yeah.
add
we should be
disaster
able to, right?
recovery?
For the what now?
Disaster recovery.
Okay.
Governor declared disaster recovery, but we have to annotate the costs.
Okay, I'll get some of that to Dan tomorrow.
Any update on the construction downstairs?
I'm supposed to have, and they keep promising me, I'm gonna have all the contract documents at the end of this month. Now, the last second, they reached out to me and to Chief Pittman about some more intercommunication needs. To me, I answered them back. I see that as immaterial. Let's get on with it, because that's just a matter of running cables through the
Yeah.
routers and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
it should.
hoping that, because I really want to get moving on this and get this trigger pulled on that. That's why I don't want to commit to a bridge. We need
Sure,
funding to do this way. To me, this is more important. We're looking forward to having, police station here and
yeah,
a bigger and better community room down there. I want a community room, not the senior, because I see it being a multi-purpose room.
that's great, yeah,
So,
agree with you.
and that's where we're at. So as soon as I get that, we'll let you guys know. I'm gonna email again tomorrow. They probably get tired of hearing from me, but we need it. I want it.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Mike.
All right.
We have a couple new faces here. Is there anything you want for the public comment, or just kind of here to see how we're doing things?
No, it's well, both. No, we came here for the D Street thing, but dinner ran late, so.
Well, if
And
you
we've
have-
never been here, we've never been to a meeting before, so we both said, we really should kind of know what's going on.
I have a comment or question. And I'm Kathleen Lee. So, the sidewalks on James Street that were just done last year
Yes.
and are completely, they're falling apart. So I was wondering, did we contract out for that? Why are they falling apart? The new sidewalk that's being done on Clinton Street, it's not the same materials, the same people doing, I mean, I'm concerned about that.
If you get us the locations where they're falling apart, we'll.
But I mean, it's pretty much a whole new thing on James. If you walk down James Street, all that sidewalk that was put in last year is crumbling.
It's the top coat, the skin coat with the grooves in it. It's
Right.
all spalling,
Yeah.
so.
You know about that, right?
Yeah, so,
Yeah,
Both sides of James.
concrete issue.
yeah,
I talked to the contractor about, so.
yeah,
or
yeah,
the
we're gonna,
concrete people themselves, we actually do sidewalks ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
but yeah, we had a concrete issue, so yeah, we're gonna fix that.
Yes.
I mean, under their cost.
Hmm?
Is there any kind of guarantee on it? If they gave us the wrong concrete, poured the wrong product,
It's just probably the way it was mixed.
so that would be an error on
It
their
wouldn't
part.
want to do it all. No. It would come back on us.
It would come back to us?
No,
The cost.
The cost.
Yeah.
It would not come back to the town or the village. Okay. Thank you.
You know.
If you have a comment on D Street, I mean,
No, what did we miss?
oh.
Oh, we can go over it. We missed that part. We can catch
Yeah,
up.
we're not gonna.
We can catch up.
All right, are we gonna do grants update?
Server was
Server
down.
still down?
No, it's up, came up late, yesterday, but let it catch up
Okay.
today, so. We'll do it next month, but
So
we
yeah,
added something.
we'll just, so as far as the salt shed, I'll pass this around. The retaining concrete walls are up. And so it's progressing. Bill, anything you want to add on the salt shed?
In about 3 days, we're gonna start backfilling the walls themselves. And then I think week or so after that, we'll start building on.
Okay.
As far as the linear park, we have a telephonic update on Thursday. To discuss the packet. We expect to have the packet completed by the end of next week, August 2nd, in which time we will email and send certified. Code book, county had sent us 36 notes for us to review. We've gone through about 18, so we're about halfway through. And next week is our next meeting on that, Dan, or?
Sure.
Yeah. So we've got another meeting coming up with that. And then the last thing is, we discussed, at the last meeting, the concrete water tank versus the glass steel.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure we all went with the concrete, but we need to verify that because, Jacqueline is getting ready to go into the serious design phase and needs a confirmation from us that, yes, we want the concrete tank.
is that what Keith wants?
That's what Keith wants. And did anybody else get a chance to talk to Keith about that? Because when I talked with him, that's what he said was the,
And that's what we should go with.
so Dan, concrete tank.
I'll give it Jacqueline. Like you said, you guys decided already last year when we were going through.
Right.
All those motions last summer. Obviously, because it's just been the months that passed, she just wanted an extra confirmation, so there's really no board vote needed.
It just made the most sense with lifespan and cost.
Right,
Only way to go.
all right, very good. Next up, approve NDA with NG for NYPA. I like that.
This is a document that National Grid needs, or that NIPA needs from us to give to National Grid. So NIPA can talk to National Grid in our behalf regarding the various few poles that are going to get the cameras and the Wi-Fi and all that stuff. So it's something that I can sign and just get to the
Yeah.
gentleman tomorrow.
Yeah, we had to do this when we bought the lights in the first place. They're really big on their non-disclosure agreements. What kind of state secrets we're gonna get about the telephone lines and the power line. All right,
I'll make a motion then that we approve the NDA with NG for NYPA.
I will second that.
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. Very good. You do, we've got a firefighter application.
He's a professional firefighter in Ithaca, so, I'm pretty good.
You think you think it's all right then?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I looked through the, application, looked pretty legitimate, so, yeah, good motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the firefighter application for.
Yes, you have to pronounce it.
Hold on a second. For Oliver Dragojovic.
That might be pretty
That's
close.
pretty good. You can nail it.
Do we have a
Please don't
second?
ask me to say that again. Second?
Second.
Second, all right, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, unanimous.
You gotta watch for Ed's hand. Hey, he's using more
Yeah.
fingers this time.
Next up, approve new department mat service.
So this is all those mats that we've been having Image First do for quite some time. Asia, put it by herself to give all the department heads, talk about, there's two other services that may be a little more economical. We were having some discrepancies with the billing with Image First. She asked Image First to give a quote as well. I don't believe they did. So there's the quotes that she received from the two other firms. And I believe
Vesta.
Vestas, yeah,
fire department wants it twice a month, right? Is that correct? And so so she makes a clarification in there with regards to the costs.
Asbestos, it's slightly weekly, so it's not. Yeah, I'm sorry,
Sorry.
are the fund, so I'm clear, are the amounts that are listed, are they for monthly service or is for asbestos, they're going to be doubled up?
it looks like it's monthly, and then we're gonna have to double it for the fire department.
Yes.
And how does that compare to what Image First was charging?
They have been charging, I do believe it's a little more economical. I don't have the number right off, but one of the issues I'm not gonna speak for Asia, but I do believe she told me that there's, double billing by accident. It wasn't anything untoward, but it was something that she just had to clean up, get with them, go back a bunch of bills to figure it out. And so we want to try a different company at this time.
I think,
We would just want to give the office leeway to choose which one, unless you have one right there.
Well, I mean, Vesta seems to be the
yeah, the clear winner.
clear winner of this without having Image First. But yeah, I remember looking through some of the things today. We had to backbill some of the Image First vendors.
All right,
What do we do? Make a motion to give the department permission to choose? Or
Go for the lowest bidder, which would be, that's, it looks like.
so yeah, let's just make a motion, to accept the bid from Vestas.
I'll make a motion that we accept the bid from Vestas.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. All right, approve letter of intent for pro housing.
We did the resolution for pro housing back in February. This goes along with it with regards to our CDBG applications. Even though we have a housing grant now, but it also works with the water tank and sewer pump projects that we're going to do, that we're a pro housing community. So we just need to put this on our template and put it in play for next month.
All right, motion,
I make a motion that we approve the letter of intent for pro housing.
I'll second that.
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next up, approve additional check run if needed.
Our town clerk has been sick the last couple of days, so I just wanted to make sure that we may be able to push things to the 13th, but I have a feeling probably not.
Okay,
So I wanted to get with her tomorrow, but I just wanted to make
that's
sure it
good.
was taken care of.
Good heads up play there.
I'll make a motion that we approve an additional check run if needed.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. All right, next up, new generator for Newton Waterworks. I talked to Keith about this today. Definitely go with the new one. There's no question about that.
That's my thought too.
Yeah. And hopefully, this didn't get put in for the recovery funds, but I kind of feel like we should.
Well, right now I'm just doing garnering debris removal cost and, or emergency measures cost. I have seen generators get put on the emergency, services, that's Cat A debris, Cat B emergency, procedures or, protection, whatever. It's usually though an ongoing event, your generator goes down, you gotta get a new generator. That may be the case here, I can't guarantee it though. And,
Yeah.
but I'm also, sorry, there also may be permanent projects to be had afterwards. I have not
Okay.
heard that, and so a new generator could be definitely a permanent project.
Okay, yeah, I think, but this is one of those things where we would go ahead and purchase it and get reimbursed if it's possible, right? We don't need to wait on the purchase.
If it's, I mean, if the need is there, I talked to Keith about it. I don't know if it's on death's door or not. He seemed to, it was a pain working with, I know, because he says it just sits there. Yes, and then it's, you gotta mess around with it because it's been idle for so long. So
Yeah,
I understand that, but so if we need to get it now, we get it now, and, if the county is declared, then we'll take a look at it.
yeah, and I figured we just. This is probably gonna, this is just pretty much sewer. I don't think that they use this for the water. at
Just
all.
to keep those pump stations running.
Right, and so it would come right from the sewer reserves.
And there may be, I was talking to Pat earlier, they have the July 10th dates of those storms, but then there was also July 15th. A lot
Right,
of times, FEMA you have a start date, and then as the events go forward, week after week and out, they'll say the disaster will last a month, 3 weeks, month and a half. I did where disasters lasted about 3 months, 4 months almost, because it was just round after round of
right,
terrible weather. So we'll see. Don't know, don't know what's gonna happen here.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, that's my concern of why I would like to get this ordered, it's just,
Exactly,
I know.
that's a great reason,
Yeah.
to have it at the ready because something else may
Yeah.
happen tomorrow.
yeah. So, yeah, so this would come from the sewer reserves, and then I know that they're looking to buy a new truck, and we'd split that between sewer and water reserves. Right? So I would entertain a motion to approve the purchase of a new Whacker mobile generator for the village.
I'll make a motion that we approve the purchase of a new Admar generator, whack or whatever it is
Yeah,
here.
there's a Whacker,
In
yeah.
the amount of $36,750.
Gotta have it. Second.
Any other discussion?
My other discussion, for those that were interested, the used one was for $32,500.
Right,
So I know for my way of thinking, for about $4,000, I'd rather have a brand new one
mhm,
that I'm not gonna, if I have any issues with, I can go right back to the dealer. As opposed to,
yeah,
for the difference, to me, it didn't make sense.
I didn't see, it was like a 5-year warranty.
No, I didn't see that.
I would imagine it's 5 years.
Yeah, so,
yeah, the MSRP on this too is 48,595, so good. Price. And I know that there was a different brand that's on state bid. It comes in at the exact same price, and he would prefer the Whacker. They've said they've had good luck with the Whacker, so.
okay.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous, okay. Let's see.
Personnel issues.
Yeah.
The last one is G, discuss recent storm damages.
Right,
Well, for those that are interested, it was about $21,000 tree removal cost. We do have some blockages at a couple of the bridges. So we're gonna have to have our DPW guys, their copious amounts of spare time, take care of that. HPD did a drone flyover of the
I
river.
was just about to ask about that. How'd that come out?
I haven't seen it yet.
There was 17 trees total that were down
17 trees?
from the village line, village line.
That was helpful though with the drone? Certainly, it must have saved you guys a ton of time.
We run a kayak down. So we borrowed a kayak from the school.
You took a kayak down it
I
anyway?
did, Nate did.
Oh, I love
He
it.
ended up pretty.
Yeah.
It's a good day for it. He said there are places that are pretty low out there.
I probably had to portage it a couple times. Yeah, so yeah, we definitely, I talked to, a gentleman in Syracuse the day, well, not the day after, but a few days after. And then I passed him to Dan, because Dan's got a lot of experience dealing with FEMA, things, but, we just kind of went through what would be covered, what wouldn't be covered. And I don't know if, the fire department did fire department ever get you anything, Dan?
They got the call sheet, yeah.
So
So,
give you, you got a round of alarms,
Yeah.
not for the 15th, but for the 10th.
yep.
What about, any damage? I know that there was flooding in the station. Was any damage, anything that needed to be cleaned, anything? Okay, all right.
I will say the tally I sent last week was 15,821.50. I just got an email in the last hour from a different gentleman from Syracuse from the state. Going to talk to him tomorrow. He wants to talk about the expenses, obviously, and anything else. They're saying the state's still looking at Cortland County. So I just anticipate then that it's probably going to happen.
Yes, I know that there was some difficulty in getting the county itself to respond. I believe, I know they did because they were going to, because I got an email from the county looking for expenses, but we were already well down that road with them, so. Anything else on that? Other than that, the fire department and the DPW and the water department did an amazing job. And,
Thank you.
thank you guys.
Thank you.
It was impressive.
It's miserable. It's miserable work and you guys really did a great job.
Even Waterworks 14 hours of OT dealing with those pump stations.
And I do want to at some point have, and I talked to, Chief Riley about this, some sort of a thank you. You know, pizza and wings or something, and I'd love to get the fire department, the water department and DPW all together at once, but I know that it's unlikely. I know that one's gonna probably be a lunch and one's gonna be like more like a dinner, or maybe we'll get you guys food for after one of your big meetings or something like that.
We appreciate the recognition. It's always nice to go a little bit further, guys like you, gals like you, but we appreciate you acknowledging that. It's been a busy couple of weeks and there's a lot of good things that have happened. We're very proud of that. So the acknowledgement goes a long way with the fire department. Thank you.
Good, well, yeah, you guys are firing on all cylinders down there, I'll tell you, it's been fantastic. Anything else on the storm damage? No? All right.
Well,
I know your answer.
keep going.
All right, board member comments. Ed, you got anything? Nothing from Ed. He's in camp. He's having a good time. Alyssa,
Nothing for me tonight, thank you.
Kevin,
Just want to shout out to the police department, DCW. The fire department with traffic control, the job they did with the holiday and home. There was a ton of people there.
it was mobbed.
And then went off without a hitch. I know, Chief Pim, I talked with him, they were busy all day. And as far as I can tell, everything was just super. So thank you for everybody that was involved with that. Appreciate your effort. And I'm just still working on trying to get more people to help me with the beautification committee. I was able to get a bunch of weeding done down in Main Street. And we got the alleyway cleaned up a little bit.
Did Ashley get a hold of you?
No,
Yeah, Ashley Neerman is interested and would like to.
I spoke with her personally like 3 months ago. She never got back to me.
Oh.
So I just.
No, she's interested.
crossed it off.
No, she's interested and she actually did some weeding and everything the other day herself. So, and what about Andrew Porter?
Yes, he helped with the alleyway.
Okay, great.
I didn't mention that, but I have a written that.
Okay, good.
Thank you very much.
Just in case if anybody thinks that they're bored here in the village, so last week, let's see, we had a basketball tournament. We had movies on the green, we had the Center for the Arts, had Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, plus the Klein Arts series, so if you saw a bunch of people with their artist boards and everything, painting and things, they had a great show at the Center for the Arts. Then we had the Holiday in Homer. So, and this weekend we have the Route 90 sale coming up. So for those of us that are local, avoid Cayuga Street. So we've got a lot going on. I'd like to thank Martin Sweeney for this New York State map. It's an old one for those of you that are history buffs. Check it out. It's a really nice addition.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is, our glass recycling. Glass is one of our heaviest items. We have a glass recycling container. Our weight has been a little bit down. But I just want to remind everybody that it's there. It helps reduce our overall tonnage, regular garbage, and that saves us money. So please use our glass recycling at the community gardens. That's it.
Yeah, I would like to say about the Holiday and Homer, I got in pretty much when it normally would be about over, right? Pretty late in the day, it was still mobbed. It was really went all the way, because unfortunately I got trapped in North Carolina by that cloud strike deal. Took me 48 hours to get home, but yeah, it looked like I couldn't believe it when I rolled into town that late and there were still that many cars. So that's great. It's tremendous. And I think we're gonna have a great Brockway show and national night out, which was really great time last year. So
We've also got, Magic on Main.
Magic on Main.
August is gonna be extremely busy.
And the music and films are continuing.
Yes, yeah, fantastic. And I saw people playing pickleball yesterday, basketball courts, so that made me happy. All right. We do need to go into executive session per New York State Public Officers Law, Article 7, Section 105, to discuss a matter of personnel matter. So, questions from the media? If they have any questions?
I do have a couple, I apologize. So you said 21,000 for the tree removal so far,
Yeah,
For the dam, yeah.
for the damages, and then do you have like a total number on damages or an estimated, on what those like costs are?
Damages, no, but I submitted 15,800 according into the state. But other costs, well, that 21,000 needs to be added to that.
Okay.
And then there may be some other costs in regards to more debris removal and or actual damages to a bridge. We'll see if that's, I don't know if that's eligible. I so many things that we said if FEMA's gonna do, sometimes they just do the two debris removal emergency services grants, and you don't have any property damage ones, and then they'll stretch it out to other categories. So we just have to wait to see if Portland gets in the mix.
Yeah, and so the state is still considering that, you
Yes.
said, okay, okay. Okay, yeah, that answers my question, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, just one question, the development on D Street is called Arbor Flats, so it's called.
this Arbor Flat,
That's a
right?
developer, Arbor Flats LLC.
Developer,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
All right. Any other? Thank you very much.
Kevin, it's good to see you in person.
I know, I gotta show my face every once in a while. You guys better know.
Motion to get out.
Yes.
I make a motion that we go into executive session as per New York State Public Officers Law, Article 7, Section 105, to discuss those are personal matters.
Yeah.
Second.